Yes, guys, you already know what it is. This is Vice Versa Live. Come on. It's great to be back. And yeah, we're not live. Yeah, we're not live. This is another pre-recorded edition as I am away. But this content is still going to be here, still going to be consistent, still going to be great and phenomenal for you guys to get to your next level. I just want to thank each and every one of you guys for checking out my last video, which was about emotional intelligence. If you haven't already, please go back and check it out, as there's some great content out there for you. So if you haven't already done so, you already know, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and share this content with your friends, your family, and of course, all your social media networks. It is good to be back here, and it's good to be sharing, as, you know, the stuff that I am putting out is really changing people's lives. And for me, it is great to be a part of that. It's great to know that what I'm saying is changing the narrative that people have about, you know, going to seek work, going to go and find people and network and so forth. So, you know, anything that's happened in, you know, the last week or in the past, please do send in your comments, because it's only going to encourage me even more to continue to put out this great content to you guys, but also so I have a understanding on, you know, what is going on in the wider network who's actually watching this content. So I do have some good news. I am going to be basically providing samples on, you know, CVs and cover letters, and I will be attaching it as a landing page onto my website, so that, you know, if you are looking for a cover letter, if you are looking for a CV and you want something as a supplement towards what it is you're already doing, then that will be there for you. So I am working with, you know, my developer to do that, and I actually can't wait for that to come out. So today's one is going to be a short one. It's going to be very simple. And a lot of the content that I put out is based on simplicity, because it is very, very easy for things to get very, 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 very complicated, especially when it comes to like looking for jobs. But it shouldn't be complicated. But why should it be complicated? Because in the essence of everything that it is that I'm doing, everything that I'm saying, you are working with another person. You're working with another human being who has the same feelings and the same senses that you have. So how complicated can it really, really be? Like, honestly. So this session is all about the cover letter. I think with the cover letter, I naturally have reservations about the cover letter. Now, you're probably thinking, why do I have reservations about a cover letter? That's part of most applications. Yes, it is part of most applications. But what I don't like about a cover letter is that most recruiters that I know, and most, you know, CEOs and other decision makers, they never talk about the cover letter. It's always about the CV. Now, if you are going through a job board like Indeed or Total Jobs, or, you know, whatever job board it is that you're looking for, if you are going to apply for a role, I don't see the purpose of a cover letter, because if you were going to have a cover letter, essentially you are addressing somebody. You're not just talking to nobody, you're addressing somebody. But on these job boards, you're just sending it randomly. So I'm like, why send a cover letter if firstly they're not going to you know, look at it it's just random. It's to whom it may concern. Whereas if you have been approached by a recruiter, or you've gone to approach a recruiter personally, you're now speaking to somebody, and that now demands for you to address that person personally, in which you will then have to, create a cover letter. And that is what I'm going to talk about today. And the cover letter is very, very simple. So just so that you understand what the cover letter is, the cover letter is basically just to cover the main application. So it shouldn't be long at all. It's basically a very quick pitch that gives an overview of why someone should basically hire you. It's literally the hook, the pitch. How you should go about seeing the cover letter is like Nike, just do it. Or what's another slogan? Netflix and chill. A slogan. That is what you want to see in your cover letter. It's just something that is going to be easy to, for a recruiter or a hiring manager to identify you as a potential prospect for that role. That is all it is. But I'm going to break that down. I'm going to break down everything I've said so that you understand it very, very clearly. So, number one. Let's do it again. Number one. So number one is ATBQ. What's ATBQ? Answer the bloody question. What is the question? Number one, the question is why do you want to work for the company? That's the first question you need to ask yourself. Why do you want to work for the company? And number two, what makes you so special that we should hire you? Those are the two questions, and the only two questions you need to answer in the cover letter. Now, you're probably thinking, why do I need to answer these two questions? Because this is the only reason why someone's going to hire you, for those two reasons. They need to understand why you are looking for this role, because they want to see where you are in terms of the positioning of this company in your life and so forth, and your growth as a person. And then the next thing is, what makes you so special? What is in you that you're going to bring and add value to that role? Those are the two questions you need to ask and need to answer. And with those two questions, it really will highlight, it will give you a very clear picture on what the company wants from you and what you need to do to get that role. So you have to be really, really, sharp and ironclad focused. So it's very, very important. Even before you even write the cover letter, you have to, and I repeat, you must read the job description. Without reading the job description, it's almost impossible to answer these two questions. You have to read the job description. The next thing that will help you in that, because some of you may not have a real reason as to why you're actually applying for the role, and that's okay. But what you can do is you can go on their social media channels, you can go on their blogs, you can go on any of their content, and you can see something of interest to which you can talk about very, 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 concisely. And that goes on to my next point. Number two, be concise. Once you can identify those questions, so make sure you write those questions down. Why do you want to write those questions down? So you can see it clearly and you can make sure you answer those questions. But you need to do it concisely. It shouldn't be no more than 100 words, like a paragraph. That is it. Just like I said before, Nike, just do it. You need to just do it. Have that same short approach that's dynamic enough, that's going to hook someone to be like, wait, hold on. Let me check what this person's CV is. Let me see what their background is. Let me get acquainted with this person in a deeper way. And that is what you want. So with being concise, you want to be able to answer those questions. You want to be able to do it so in a very short and sharp way. In the same way, how you want to be able to really write and articulate in a clear and concise way is to imagine yourself going into a room. You've never met anyone before, you're at a networking event, or you're at a party, or you're at a reception of a wedding, and you're now seated at a table with somebody you don't know. You're not going to start rabbiting on about all of the things that you're potentially doing, or or blah, 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 blah. You want to be able to connect with other people on the table in an efficient and an easy way for them to digest who you are as a person. That same thing, that same analogy that I've put, that is how you want to express yourself in the cover letter. Very, very short. And that goes on to my third point. Keywords. The keywords are very, very, very important. Why are the keywords very important? Because the keywords are words at which they are looking for. Now, they will already have a system. I spoke about the ATS system, which is an algorithm system that will pick up the words that they're looking for that's what they will tell a computer to do once they receive the electronic CV. In the same way, you have to do the same thing for the cover letter, and you have to use the keywords. Like I said before in the first point, when I was talking about ATBQ, you have to use the job description. The job description is basically telling you, we want you to be this person. So you need to become that person that they've said if you want a shot at getting that job. So use the adjectives. Get the job description printed out. Get a highlighter and mark down the adjectives. You need to use maybe 3 to 5 of those adjectives in the cover letter when they're asking what is special about you. You need to use 3 to 5 of them. No more. Only 3 to 5. Use those, and that should really help move you from literally A to B very quickly. And, I haven't done so already. Like I said, in the initial part of the news, that I will be putting up, samples of cover letters that you can use. But these 3 points are the 3 points that's really going to help you understand how to write a cover letter. Now, there are many ways to write a cover letter. Yes, there are. And there are different industries that require different things, which is why it's very important for you to look at the job description. It is your starting point. You cannot apply for any job without looking at the job description and the person's specification. Those things are so important because they are the tools that give you the nuggets. They give you the full nuggets of what the person is looking for. Now, all you need to do is mirror that, match it, and then sell it back to the person as, here I am. I am your hero. I am the man. Do you know what I'm saying? And that is the weight, or that is the tool. That is the tool that you have to use to cut through all your other competition so that you are that stand-up candidate. Now, when it comes to also being concise, because I have to just go back. When it comes to also being concise, it's also the same with how you close it. Now, once you've answered the questions, once you've used the keyword, you want to close with, either, I am, I look forward to hearing from you soon, or when is the earliest date, that we can set up an interview. They call this a CTA. I mentioned it last week. in on the emotional intelligence video, and I've mentioned it constantly in regards to how you go about selling yourself. It's very, very simple, but it positions you and almost demands a response. So I would say, dependent on if you are speaking to someone specifically, that is what you want. You want to be able to give a call to action. You want to be able to say, look, I could tell you why I want to work here. Number 2, I can give you the reasons for what makes me special enough for me to be here, and when are you available to have a discussion on my application. That is very not only professional, but it's confidence. And I will be constructing something so that you guys can take that and run with it, and so you're able to see how I would go about doing a cover letter. Now, there isn't a live Q&A, which I normally do, but if there are any questions about what I've discussed here today, then please do give me a shout. Please do drop me some messages or some comments on the video, and I will definitely respond. This stuff is very, very simple, but what I really hope is that it's easy enough and digestible for you to harmonize it, and then most importantly, or more importantly, that you go and act on it. So yeah, that does bring this video to a close. I hope everyone has enjoyed. I hope everyone feels blessed. I hope everyone feels motivated and more so encouraged. If you haven't already, please do smash a like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you all next week on Vice Versa Live. Do take care. Have a fantastic week. And I shall see you all back and resumed live Wednesdays, 7 p.m. Do take care. And God